Welcome everyone to the Brake Check Show on the Texas Truck Channel, and behind me I have one of the sweethearts of the sedan segment, and that's right, the 2022 Kia K5, not GT line, but the GT. That's right, it's the daddy. That means it has the 2.5 liter turbo, 290 horsepower, 311 torque, and also has the paired to the 8-speed dual clutch gearbox with flappy paddles, and it works. A couple things in terms of driving. Not the most refined thing on the market, but incredibly capable. And what I mean by not refined is that the 2.5 turbo, while is very robust in every use we've had it in, it's rackety. It makes a bunch of racket up front, and there's valve train noise and that kind of stuff, but you know what? They've all worked flawlessly and they make a ton of shove. Really impressed. We also love that the turbo is tuned really well. It doesn't just peak down low and fall off. It actually runs all the way out to 6 grand or more. Really happy with that. Now, let's talk about the exterior of this thing. That's the highlight of it. This is in sapphire blue. It has the 19-inch wheels. These are 245 40s. They're Pirellis. And guess what? They let go pretty quick. We've driven this chassis in Hyundai Sonata trim in the Hyundai Sonata N-Line. It usually has better tires on it and they hook, and it's actually less fun than this is. This will absolutely roast first and then through second gear. Quite entertaining. While it's not as fast as 60, it is very fun. Now, in terms of dynamics, one more thing I want to talk about is this is benchmarked against the BMW 330. That tells you a lot right there. It's quicker to 60, and that is what Kia was targeting when they made this thing. Price, $36,400. To the door, that includes destination. I've had people ride with me and ask me if it's $50,000 more than once on this week of having this vehicle. So it tells you a lot right there. Again, this looks better than the Sonata in my opinion. I think it's right there with the Accord. Actually, I think it looks better than the Accord. But they both have this, the Accord and this have this swooping back going on. It's kind of interesting. The roofline stops at the trunk, and they made the trunk lid really stubby. Being Kia, you do have the external button, which some brands can't figure out. Kia and Hyundai have got it nailed. So your opening is very short this way, but it's still a massive, massive trunk. I mean, you can get at least 2 or 3 Craigs in there. Pretty impressive, maybe even 4. Like that a lot. You do get the spoiler on this, and with the GT, you get quad tips. That's right. And a diffuser down here. I'm not sure how functional that is, but it does look the part. The good news is that it actually has some exhaust note to it. We're pretty happy with that. Now, it will drone a little bit, so if you don't like any noise at all, you like EVs, this is a stark contrast to, say, the EV6 Kia, but has a lot more soul going on here, admittedly. Let's take it around over here and check out the interior. All right, coming to the inside. This one is, well, look, last year we had this car, it was blue and had black interior. The really only change between last year and this year is the interior color here, and it looks awesome. These saddle leather seats are both heated and ventilated. You have a black stripe down the middle, GT embroidered on the back, and the ventilated seats in this are better than, well, like better than vehicles are double its price sometimes. You have that here, right there. You also have drive modes and a wireless phone charger. The trap door opens, you can throw a phone right in there. It's really cool. There's plenty of storage options. There you go. My only complaint is the T-handle shifter reminds me of an old Trans Am. I don't like that very much, but that's just a preference. I would actually prefer the button over that. But you know, it works, it's fine, there's no complaints there. You do have the bigger touchscreen in the middle, and you have a Hyundai Kia system that works brilliantly. It just works all the time. You've got dual zone climate control, and you've got proper analog gauges, which I prefer for a car like this. You can get the digital cluster in the Hyundai version of this, but this one works great. Sunroof. I have never met a sunroof cover that opens faster than this. That thing will go closed to open in about 4 seconds total. That's really impressive. Audi can't pull that off. Let's hop under the hood and talk about the goods there. All right, to the business end. If you look right here, there is a camera. That's because we have the 360-degree camera on this thing, and it works flawlessly. You would think you're in a higher price vehicle than you are. Now, here it is, 2.5 liter turbo. There's the turbo right there. And it's on the firewall, which means you can hear it a little bit when you really get into it. You can hear it pushing air, which is really cool. This is the Smart Stream turbo. What that means is variable vane turbo, and it just works. Now, they've done the trick they do on the Stinger, which is make it look like it's the engine cover, like it's longitudinally mounted, but it's actually transverse mounted. If I can get the cover off, it's really hot. It's mounted like a proper 4-banger this way. So enjoy it while you've got it. Eventually it'll be EV. For now, it's boosted and it's a blast. One more thing about to cover under the hood, typical Hyundai Kia. You've got the super easy, even AutoZone can do it, air filter that drops right in. It's a cartridge. This one happens to be clean, which is nice. Sometimes they're not always clean, but that's handy for owners that want to handle that on their own. Now, glad we've covered that, and glad you can still buy this in a world of electricity and hybrids. This thing is a blast. If you want something fun and affordable and gets decent mileage, has a ton of room for everyone in your family, check out the Kia K5. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more on this, and we actually have its Hyundai cousin coming up very soon as well. Take care.